Hello and welcome. Today we're doing a question from LeetCode. It's called Number of Recent Calls. This is from LeetCode 75. You already know we've been doing questions from that playlist, and of course I have that playlist linked down below. So what are we being asked? You have a recent counter class which counts the number of recent requests within a certain time frame. Implement the recent counter class. Recent counter initializes the counter with 0 recent requests, and ping is a function and it adds a new request at time t, where t represents some time in milliseconds and returns the number of requests that has happened in the past 3,000 milliseconds, including the new request. Specifically, return the number of requests that have happened in the inclusive range t minus 3,000 to t. It is guaranteed that every call to ping uses a strictly larger value of t than the previous call. Example 1, we initialize our recent counter, then we ping at time 1. So at this point, all the requests that have happened from 1 minus 3,000 up until 1 inclusive is just 1, right? It's that request we got at time 1. So we're going to return 1. Then we ping at time 100. So from 100 going back to 100 minus 3,000, how many pings have happened? Just 2, right? At time 100 and then time 1. Then we ping at 3001. So far we would have 3 requests. So we return 3. And then we ping again at 3002, which means from the range of 2 to 3002 are all the requests we can use. Now, between that range, we only have 3 pings so far at 100, 3001, and 3002, so we output 3 again. And we have some constraints over here. This is actually pretty simple. Say we're getting requests at different times t, and these are our request times. So we get our first ping for time 1. We want to look from t minus 3000 to t. So right now we haven't gotten any requests before us. So at this point, our output is just going to be 1 request. That's our solve. Now we get a request at time 2. Going back in that range, we have 1 request here. So our total is going to be 2. Same for 3, 4, all the way up to 100. Now say we get a ping at 3001. How many requests have we seen from 3001 minus 3000 up until our own time 3001? Well, we know we have 100 from these over here, and including our own ping, we have 101 pings in total. Now we get to 3002. At this point, how many pings do we have? One way to approach this is to just go back and check every single ping we've gotten for every single time. Or instead, what we could do is just check the range. So 3002 minus 3000 is 2. So all we really need to do is check from time 2 how many pings we've gotten up until now. Well, from 2 to 100, it's going to be 98, then 99 for 3001, and including our own, it's going to be 100. Now, once we get to 4000, we only care about pings that have happened after time 1000. Anything before then, we don't care about because it's before that time range we're looking for. So after 1000, it's only been 3001, 3002, and including our own, that would be 3 requests total. And now, going forward, we're not going to care about anything less than 1000. Why is that? Well, we know every call is guaranteed to use a time strictly larger than the time before it. So what we can actually do is stop keeping track of those previous calls. We don't need to store any time prior to that 1000 mark. So we're just going to get rid of this over here. Now say we get 1 more ping with value 6500. What do we need to do now? All we need to do is start from the very beginning and see what time we've been keeping track of. So this is 3001. It's not within that inclusive range we're looking for, right? We want 3000 below 6500. So anything from 3500 above. Anything less than that, we can just get rid of. So we're just going to get rid of these 2, which means the total number of pings we've seen so far are 2. And that's all we really need to do. Instead of scanning through every single ping that we've seen in the past, all we need to do is maintain a list max size 3000 and only keep relevant values within the range every single time. We're going to loop through from the beginning, and if they're not in range anymore, we're just going to remove it. So in order to code this up, what we're going to do is initialize a queue. This is similar to a stack, but instead of popping from the end, we're going to pop from the beginning, which is why we're using a queue. So from collections, I'm going to import a dequeue. Now I'm going to be initializing my queue, so solve.times is going to equal dequeue. And anytime we call ping, we're going to add to the end of this queue. So solve.times.append t. So now we've just added on that request with time t to the end of the list we've been maintaining. What we want to do now is check while there are still elements in this list. So while solve.times and that very beginning element is not in range. So solve.times of 0 is less than t minus 3000, we're just going to remove it. So solve.times.pop left. Now, once we're done going in this while loop and we've exited, we know for sure everything in our list is going to be a valid request. We're only storing things that are within that time range that we want. So the length of that list is going to represent the number of requests that have happened between the time frame of t minus 3000 and t. So all we need to do is return length of solve.times. And again, why does this work, right? Well, once we remove anything that's not within the range, we know for sure it's not going to be in range for the future. Because of this right here, every call to ping uses a strictly larger value of t than the previous call. We're only increasing in t. So anything we're removing right now that's not in the range will definitely not be in the range in the future. So we don't really need to keep track of it. So for our function, this is all we need to do. Let's go ahead and submit this. And it is accepted. Now for space, our queue is only going to be size 3000. It's never going to exceed that. So no matter how many calls we make to ping, right, we're never going to store more than 3000. So it has nothing to do with how many times we call ping, which is why we can argue this is going to be constant O of 1, right? It's never going to exceed that length of 3000. And for time, this is also going to be constant O of 1. And why is that? Well, say we're getting pings from time 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 10,000. Every single time we get a ping, we're only going to be getting rid of one element from our queue that we're maintaining. And popping from our queue is going to be constant time O of 1. Now, before leaving, let's just do a super quick example just to see how this is going to run line by line. So say we have the following example. The first thing we do is call our recent counter, which is going to initialize our solve.times queue. So we have our queue over here. Now we're going to call ping with time 2. So the first thing we do is append 2 to our times. Now we go in this while loop. While solve.times, that's true, it's not empty. And solve.times of 0 is less than t times 3000. That's not true, right? Our t itself was 2, so this value 2 is not going to be less than 2 minus 3000, so we are not removing anything. And instead what we're doing is returning the length of this list, which is going to be 1. Now we call ping again with 3, so we append it to our times. And solve.times of 0 is less than t minus 3000. That's not true, we don't go in here. Instead, we're just returning the length of our list. So that's going to be 2. Now we ping with 3003. We go in here, append 3003 2 times, and we go in this while loop. Solve.times of 0 is 2, and this is less than t minus 3000. T is 3003. 3003 minus 3000 is 3, and 2 is less than 3. So we're going to pop left, meaning we're removing this first element that is to the left of our list. So right now we have this over here. We go back in this while condition, and this is no longer true, right? Solve.times of 0, so 3, is not less than 3. It's equal to it, but it's not less than it. So right now, there's nothing to pop off. We go out of this while loop and return the length, which is 2. Now for our last ping, we're pinging with 7000. The first thing we do is add this to the end. And we check that smallest time that we have, that first left element. 3 is less than t minus 3000, right? It's less than 4000, so we're popping it off. Go back in this while loop, it's still true. 3003 is less than t minus 3000. It's less than 4000, so we pop it off. We go back in here, and this is no longer true. It's going to have our own value in there. So we return that length, which is just 1. And if we had more calls in the future, we'd keep adding to the end of this list and removing those calls with times that are no longer relevant. And that's all we really need to do. So we just went ahead and solved number of recent calls. If you have any questions with this, of course, let me know down below. I will answer all of them. If this video was helpful, like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really supports the channel. And as always, I will see you in the next one.